Guess who's back?
Back again. Shababa is back. She's back again. I lost that. Hey Spuds, how's it going?
Hi.
I hope you're well. Thank you so much for clicking on this video, whether it's your first video or not. Ew! We really appreciate you being here. In today's video, we're going to be answering some more assumptions about us, about our relationship, and sharing an assumption that we had about each other. Things like, how much do we argue? Do we want to adopt? I maybe thought Shaba might be anti-trans.
We've had some discussions.
We've had some discussions. Before we get started on this video, we have to say a massive thank you to today's video sponsor, Stereo.
Thank you.
We very much enjoy using Stereo. If you want to go give us a follow on there, you can.
I want to say a good laugh.
Yeah, using the links down in the description box. We will be doing more shows. But today, we have for you some wonderful little bits of assumptions.
So you think I'm low-key transphobic?
You can't just tell everybody about someone's fluffy noodle, okay?
I have a confession. Can I tell you something?
No! Oh my god. Yay! This should be fun.
Enjoy.
Hello, everybody. It's Jamie and Shaba.
Hi. We're live on stereo.
Yes! I love that. It's so pretty.
I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be at the beginning of all of our shows.
It has to be.
You know that Stereo is here for real conversations, honest conversations. So, Stereo Bean, send us in those little voice messages with your assumptions, and we will do our best to answer them.
You guys always find an excuse to be together.
Oh, yeah.
So true. Yes, you are
Absolutely.
correct. A ding ding ding.
Ding, ding, ding. We are a very dependent couple on each other. We spend a lot of time together.
Unhealthily so.
You guys probably borrow and or steal one another's clothes quite often. Though I am wondering if there's ever any hard feelings about that, if that does indeed happen.
It definitely happens more so that Shaba steals my clothes.
Hey, rude.
But, no, it does. And I don't mind.
No.
Hold on. No, I'm sorry. I can't speak. I'm literally wearing your jumper right now.
Thank you. I was gonna say another Stereo message.
Shara is the one who will be stricter to your kids because she's more serious.
Great assumption. What do you think?
You're not more serious than me. I'd say actually I'm the one that's a bit more serious at times. I do think that you will be stricter.
I think I'll be stricter in the sense that if there was a mess, I will probably be more strict in getting things like that tidied up. But I think on things that actually matter, you'll be stricter. You're not going to let them go to the parties or stay out late. You're going to be like that dad.
I'm not going to be that dad. I don't want to be. I want to let kids like find their own way, but in a way that you're still being a responsible parent without going overboard.
I've always grown up thinking I will always treat my kids different to how I was treated, because I know that I ended up like sneaking around as a result for a lot of that and felt very restricted.
That's what I want to avoid.
So that's why I don't think I'll be strict in that sense.
I think that we should do one more stereo assumption, and then we should share an assumption that we had about each other.
Sounds like a plan.
I assume that you two care a whole lot about giving each other really special or big gifts for each other on your birthdays or holidays and stuff.
Maybe there is some truth in that, but it's really only Christmas.
Valentine's is coming up, right?
Yeah, not even a card for Valentine's Day. We don't do Valentine's Day at all.
All celebrations are a good excuse for a nice takeaway. So Jamie, did you have an assumption for me?
Oh, you were too quick. Mate, I was going to make you go first. Okay, so, an assumption I made about you. I am a trans man.
No!
Oh, you didn't know? Shaba and I were best friends for like a year before I came out as trans. So like pre-Jamie, back when I was still living as female and all of that stuff.
Wondering where you're going with this, but yes.
Hold on, there is a direction. Because I knew her family were very conservative in their views about LGBT plus people. An assumption I kind of made was that you maybe wouldn't be completely comfortable with me being trans.
You thought I was going to be LGBT phobic?
No, I knew that you were not homophobic, and I did not think you were going to be anti-trans.
Oh, you're right, yeah, because you were a lesbian at the time, so... Oh, you identified as a lesbian at the time.
Yeah, I did, and I knew that you were okay with that. I just thought that maybe you might be a bit, like, not transphobic, but just uncomfortable with it, you know? I was worried our friendship would not be as strong after I came out as trans.
So you think I'm low-key transphobic?
I thought you'd be uncomfortable with it, and I think that was a wrong assumption of me to make, but it's just in that moment of being very scared. It was just that, like, what if she's not comfortable with it?
Not gonna lie, like, I was like low-key offended.
That's fair.
But you're right, it was like a big thing, and you weren't to know.
And I had kind of lost more acquaintancy type friends that I'd known for a while who just drifted away and were uncomfortable with it, who were perfectly fine some of them, with me being gay, but were incredibly just like, oh my god, you're trans? No, I'm not on board with that, and then just disappeared from my life. And I think I was just scared about that happening with everybody, and you the most.
I get it, I entirely get it. I think I just had like my back up a little bit, because it's just like weird to think that anyone would think that I was any kind of not accepting.
So yeah, that's my one for you. I love you. I feel like I need to say that. Go on then, your turn.
When we were friends, I thought you were a bit of... I don't know how to phrase it, so I'm just going to say the honest word. I thought you were a bit of a doormat. You seem perfectly nice, but sometimes like a little bit too nice.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that was my assumption about you. That was very, very wrong.
I can see where that came from though.
Jamie is not a doormat, everybody.
I wouldn't mind being one of those cool doormats, you know. You can get a doormat that's a rainbow. That was good fun, and I feel like we've neglected the stereo messages for a while. Shall we play some?
See whether they were as wrong as we were about each other.
Yeah.
Sharba's more romantically spontaneous.
Ooh, Jamie.
I would disagree.
I think I would too.
You guys share the chores. You do cooking and some do cleaning and...
You are so correct.
I do all the cleaning and Shaba does the cooking.
I make all the mess. He cleans it up. That's what happens. Should we take another little stereo bean?
Shaba is the one that will try new things, and because she will try new things, Jamie will then get roped into trying that thing as well.
Oh my god!
That is painfully accurate. How did you know?
Are you feeling called out?
I really am. I eat some spicy food now. I eat prawns. I went on a roller coaster.
My loves, I have a confession. Can I tell you something? When we first got together, Jamie found korma spicy.
Rude. That was our secret. Should we take another stereo message?
Hi, Jamie and Shaba. So my assumption is that when you do have kids, you're planning to adopt.
This is something we've talked about a lot, and we do want to adopt, but we want to adopt like an older child. We want to go down a different route to have children at first, and then when they grow up a bit, we would love to adopt a child who is maybe like kind of preteen, teenager kind of age.
Yeah. What were your thoughts of adopting beforehand? Because before I met you, I've always wanted to adopt. Like, I've always said that. But have you, like, did you really think about what your kids would be before you met a partner? Or did you have that conversation with any exes?
No, never had that conversation with any exes. But I, like, when I came out as trans and I started kind of transitioning, I completely accepted that, well, not completely accepted, but I realised that having biological kids was probably, like, off the table for me. So adoption has always been something that's like, yes, that is something that I would like to look into. It's a very real possibility.
But yeah, it's really interesting. When I was with my ex, sorry, that sounds really conspicuous. I just realised partway through I probably shouldn't be divulging any details. But when I was with my ex, we spoke about kids a little bit, and I wanted to adopt, and he was so against it.
Really?
I think back to that relationship, and he was like the most like macho, stereotypical, like alpha male. I felt really disappointed at that, and I think it was at that point that I was just like, yeah, you know, like traditional, like having kids a traditional way, sure. And I've always wanted to adopt an older person, so not an older person, an older child.
No, I know what you mean, yeah.
Yeah, but I guess that sort of made me more open to having kids of my own, and then, yeah, being in a relationship with you, I just sort of wanted both.
It's interesting because, like, I'm not judging anybody who wouldn't want to. Something I've seen a lot is there is a lot more pressure on LGBT plus couples and couples who maybe can't have kids in, like, you know, the typical way to adopt.
Honestly,
there is a lot more.
One of my biggest pet peeves. Yeah.
It's like, I think adoption is great, and I definitely think it should be encouraged, but I think it should be kind of a discussion and something that is brought up as an option for everybody, not just couples
something that
who
if
have
you're gonna, like,
trouble conceiving.
Yeah, if you're gonna pressure people into, make sure you're pressuring everyone to do that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're so right. Great assumption. Wow. Thank you so
great
much.
assumption. It really, like, opened up a very good conversation.
We have a few more stereo messages. Should we just go through them before we end the show?
Shaba will be like the one who would send a mail back if it's wrong.
Oh my god, that's
This
really
is so
true.
very accurate. Do you want to eat a fluffy noodle? No, you don't want to eat a fluffy
Ew.
noodle. If you're not going to tell anyone about your fluffy noodle, I will tell the world about your fluffy noodle. Okay?
You can't just tell everybody about someone's fluffy noodle, okay?
I just want to say how amazing it is to hear you guys talking about adoption of older kids. I was adopted at the age of 17, right before I aged out of the system, and honestly, it's been the best thing for me mentally and emotionally. I really appreciate y'all so much. Thank y'all.
Oh, bless you, Daz. I am
thank you so much.
glad. I'm so glad that worked out well for you.
And that's really amazing to hear, because I think that's exactly why we both want to do that.
Thank you for being so brave to share your story, because it's exactly for reasons like that, you know, people don't even think of it as an option or realise how much help it can be. You made my day.
That was really cool. I think that this is a wonderful point to end this Assumptions
This
stereo
has been such
show.
a lovely show.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much,
Like,
everyone.
I've properly enjoyed this a lot.
How was that?
I think that was fun.
I just love the fact that we can speak to you lovely spuds in real time.
Yes.
And hear your voices.
So if you do want to come join us for future shows, then go give us a follow down below.
On Sunday at 6 p.m. UK time, Valentine's Day, we're doing one on controversial opinions.
Something very, very incredibly romantic.
Non-romantic.
So we're getting our romance on. Do you like pineapple?
Does pineapple belong on pizza? Did we just think of the same?
Yeah, but also, why did you just have to one-up me so massively? Come on, man. That was beautiful. I love you. If you like this video, think about giving it a thumbs up and subscribing if you want to, but no pressure.
Doing amazing content, just do it!
If you want to. And as always, thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Much love. Bye.